Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How y'all doing today? Uh, Supposed to be in the office catching up on some work, but no, I gotta be doing multiple things at one time. Can't just focus, do what I came to do, and get up out of here. Gotta be, gotta be un-Virgo like. So I'm told anyway. But I have some news to share with y'all. But I'm gonna share it on my YouTube channel, on the One Breath CNA YouTube channel, because I always give everything to Facebook first. But so I'll give you guys a little bit of it, so you won't feel left out. But I have reminded myself how I started. All right, I started teaching CPR 15 years ago, 2010, and I learned a whole lot in those 15 years. But the reminder I had to set for myself is I started CPR. I used the profits from CPR and opened One Breath CNA, where we now teach several healthcare certifications. And the two businesses complement each other, right? All my CNAs, all my medical assistants, all my phlebotomists, all my med techs, they all need to have CPR and first aid certifications to keep their jobs. So I've trained thousands of CNAs, and we just got medical assistant and phlebotomy, but we've, trained 100 or so of them. So that is constant, business that those graduates are going to be needing, CPR every 2 years. And so I get to make those relationships and keep that line of communication open, so they'll obviously come and renew with us. And CPR and first aid has been good to me. I started teaching it for like $50 when I first started back in 2010, and now we're doing 125, which is still a great deal. Some people charge more, some people charge less, but that's a sweet spot for us. And when I say like this description says, the CPR training business is untapped. I've been successful because I've been doing it so long over the years, but the new clients that I bring on, they all say the same thing. We had a guy, and now we can't find him, or we used to go to this place, now they're no longer doing it. So right off the top, consistency is key. It's a whole lot that I'm going to share on there when I finally talk to you guys. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's One Breath CNA, ONEBREATH CNA. Stay tuned for the date and time where I'm going to give you the ins and outs of the new program that we're starting. So, and I got some notes too, because I get to talking and I get off track. So bear with me, y'all. Okay. So I have a brand new training center. That's the gist of it. I've been with one training center since I started, and they're huge. They got like 2,000 instructors, so I'm one of many, and I don't like how that feel. I'm putting my energy, effort, and time and money into building a sustainable business, and then when I need support on the other end, I gotta wait. I gotta wait days, weeks. This last go round, it was months before I get a response to a simple inquiry. That ain't cool. They never was like that with me. So I don't know what's going on. It ain't my business to try to figure it out. So I got a new training center, and that just became official this week. So we're excited about that. But now I'm like, I couldn't have been the only one going through that, right? Waiting 20 plus business days for some stuff, waiting for responses. If the response ever comes, sometimes they just do what I ask and don't even tell me it's done. And I'm just, emailing to So like, what's going on. But so it's a lack of communication, which is disrespectful, I believe anyway, but could just be me. So I reached out to, let's see, I reached out to like over 12 other, I reached out to like 12 other small businesses. Some of them do the same thing I do. Some of them, do their own thing. But I know that they offer CPR. And I figured they probably going through the same thing that I went through with my training center. Some of them have the same training center that I do. So I know exactly what they went through. So I'm like, hey, I got my own situation now. We can all link, and we know the pain that we went through with the other guy, so we're not going to do that to each other. So we're going to be offering same day certifications, next day certifications. We're not going to be price gouging our instructors. All right, we make money together. I don't want to make money off you. I want to help you thrive. So I ran down all of these benefits that is gonna, all of the features that would benefit us by coming together and doing our thing in house, because the training center that I have, their paycheck is not affected by their community, by their customer service. So whether he or she answers my calls or return my emails or do what I need them to do, they get the same paycheck. So they're not like us, right? If I don't sell CPR, to providers or instructors, I don't make money. So I need what I need, and I need it right now. So I reached out to some of these other owners, decision makers, and they wasn't really receptive to what I had to offer. They were nice about it, but basically the vibe I got was thanks, but no thanks. And I understand somewhat, but then again, I don't, because I do understand nobody likes change. Change is difficult. It's not always easy, but if you don't change, how are you ever gonna excel, elevate, get better? You're gonna keep going through the same thing you're going through with these people, and you don't have to. There was no, I spelled it out for them. Some of them knew exactly what I was talking about. Some of them I had to, explain it, but there was no risk at all. I'm not asking you for any money. You can keep your current situation and just add one breath CNA. So you try it out. It ain't, it ain't your thing. You still got your same alignment with your original people. So, like, one of them was on board. It wasn't all bad. One of them was on board. One of them thought about it and started the process. I'm like, oh, this is, why I gotta do all this? Another one was like, I'm good where I'm at. Thank you for the offer. That's cool too. That's fair. And we don't really want to be bothered with nobody who don't want to be bothered with us. That's just the best way I could put it. So when I got to the end of the list, I'm like, okay, so we got one definite, one maybe, a couple of I'll let you knows. I'm like, what? Y'all like being ignored? That's the way I take it. They, people ignoring us because they can. So with my training center, I was like, I'm not even accepting transfers anymore. Anybody that's been doing CPR 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years, I guess you could say stuck in their ways. And that's cool. Cool with that. So I probably should reach out to like 10 or 15 people who I don't have a familiarity with, just like cold calling and, hey, this is what I have, this is what I offer, this is what we can do. But I reached out to people who I know could benefit from it and whatever. So going forward, I'm no longer accepting transfers. I mean, if they reach out to me, we'll have a conversation, but I'm not pursuing it. But I'm looking for brand new aspiring CPR instructors, people that want to get into it, want to learn about it, want to make some money with it, whether it be a side hustle, a hobby, or you want to, go a full time as an instructor, or you want to be hired as an instructor by another company like mine, or start a training site where you can hire other instructors. Whatever you want to do from A to Z, we're gonna offer that to people who reach out to us and say they want to get in this game. A lot of people don't like their current job, don't like their current situation, working too hard, too little money, the hours ain't right, you're missing all your kids' activities, and you don't have to do that. Now, I'm not about to be like all these internet gurus. Well, all you gotta do is A, B, and C, and you're gonna make X, Y, Z. This ain't no get rich quick or nothing like that. It's definitely the easiest money I ever made. Right? I used to work security, warehouse, customer service. I was a CNA for a little while, for a couple years. I've been a nurse for the last since '09. But the CPR instructor was the easiest money I ever made, and it was like the most money I ever made. The time commitment. Imagine, I was talking to my bro Jarvis a few minutes ago. He's on board with the branding piece, but we'll stay on track. If you make $25 an hour, a lot of people ain't making that. If you make $25 an hour and you work 8-hour days, $200 a day, gross, 8 hours. And then the deductions, right? Whatever taxes or FICA, Social Security, all that. 200 ain't even the same 200. And then you get that weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, monthly, however they decide to pay you at wherever you work at. I was telling you guys, I charge $125 for CPR first aid. So I get 2 people. That's $250 in a 2-hour class. I made more than I would have made at work all day, but I made it in 2 hours. And by working with me and the things that I'm going to show you and teach you and coach you and mentor you on, train you on, you won't just have 2 people. You'll have 5 or more, 6, 10 people. I mean, you set your price how you want to set them. Like I said, 125 is a sweet spot for me. But if you somewhere where it's only 2 CPR instructors, you can, sky's the limit. Some places it's a CPR instructor, around every corner, so that your prices got to reflect that. But the program that I'm building for you guys is going to be like a 3-tier system. You can definitely be an instructor, dip your toes in the water to see if you're going to like it. Tier 2 is going to be a little bit more, and tier 3 is going to be a full business, right? From startup to everything you need to form the business, to market the business, insure the business, actually train how to bring on new instructors, contracts, get contracts. Obviously, we want to secure as many contracts as possible that you can service, and keep your brand promise. But that's what tier 3 is going to get you. But you don't have to start there. Tier 1, you just want to try it out to see how it is, and it's not a whole lot of time invested, not a whole lot of money invested. You just want to try it out, and that's cool. And then you'll be under our training center. Like I said, I don't want nobody to go through what I went through, and we don't want nobody to just be out here trying to figure it out on their own. So you're gonna have my support, my team support. Like I said, we bring in a couple some heavy hitters. We bring in people on that do the thing that they say they do. You understand that? You ever heard of a business coach? There's business coaches out here who never operated or ran or managed a business, but they're teaching you how to do it. We don't really subscribe to that. We don't really believe in that. So everybody that I'm gonna introduce you to has done or is doing the thing that they say that they do. So like I said, you can be an instructor. You can start a small business where you're the main instructor, or you can go big and be like me, the I guess the training site coordinator, if that's a thing, and just have instructors work for you, and you process their cards and rent them their supplies and equipment and stuff like that. What is up with rain today? My bad, y'all. So you can make, if you don't want to quit your current situation, which I don't recommend, keep your job. You got 2 to 4 hours a week, to train, people at $125 a piece. That's $250 a week. That's $1,000 a month. I could use an extra $1,000 a month. All right. You stay, in our system, learn the things that we're offering under our guidance and mentorship. You can do $1,000 a month, eventually $1,000 a week. Then, like I said, tier 3 is your whole A to Z business strategy, plan, everything. Bring on people, want to duplicate yourself. So $1,000 a week turns into $1,000 a day. Possible. I seen me do it. It's definitely possible. I currently train instructors, so they come get the class for BLS is 500, Heart Saver is 500. So some do both, which is cool. I would usually recommend you do Heart Saver first, because you can do regular CPR and first aid, which most people need, and then build your clientele up that way. And then if you get a bunch of medical healthcare providers, then you can come back and get BLS, and you'll have both. But if you have $1,000 to spend up front, great. If not, I definitely suggest Heart Saver first, build up that clientele, and then come back and get BLS so you can offer more. What else we got? The buzzword around Georgia, probably the whole country right now, is workforce development. It's a joke to me. They've been talking about it. But I've certified thousands of healthcare professionals just in my one little spot out here in Athens. So we actually taking people who want to get into the workforce, training them, certifying them, and then they go on to work. We're contributing to the workforce. We're not just talking about it. And by offering this CPR instructor training system, I haven't even named it yet. That's how fast I wanted to tell y'all about it. I didn't even name it yet. But you are instantly self-employed. But we want to try to get away from that. I mean, like I said, if it's a side hustle, great. If it's a hobby, great. But if you want to build something sustainable, what they say at scale, right? You got to have a team. You got to have departments. You got to have systems in place, right? I take phone calls daily from people who want a CPR class all over the damn state. I can service all of that, right? But if CPR was my main objective, all right, if I wasn't running these other certification classes, we would definitely, I would definitely have at least at least 5 full-time instructors, and we be out here knocking these CPR classes out, servicing our clients, through contract work. It is I don't even know what to say, y'all. It's super duper easy. I don't advertise for CPR that I offer. All of my calls are renewals and referrals, and I don't even service all of them. So once we get people in our program and under our training site, obviously we're going to refer those classes that I don't teach to people who are already in my network, who are already under my alongside my training site. So there's benefits to it that way. You're definitely going to go out and create your own lane, fill your own niche, but you'll be on our list. Like, hey, I'm not going to Alpharetta today. Let me see what Ryan doing, and free of charge, right? We don't want no finder's fee, no lookout fee, no hookup, nothing. You already invested with us when you joined the program, and this is one of the benefits of working with us. I think it's only right. So when I launched this, we're in April now, probably May. Probably launch it in May. I'm gonna hire a dedicated support person to service the instructors, where you can get your phone calls answered, your emails responded to, your cards processed on the same day, and I'm gonna hire 2 instructors strictly for CPR, probably one in-house and one that travels, so they can interchangeable. But so that's 3 positions created already. And we ain't even start yet. Plus the referral system that we're gonna create, where we take the phone call and just tell you where to be. We'll have equipment on hand for you guys to rent. You don't have to go out and buy $1,000 CPR dummies right up front. You might not even like it, right? So you might just want to see how it is. You want to come sit in on one of my classes. That's what people get excited. They watch how I teach my class. CPR is usually dull and boring, and nobody looks forward to it. But the way I teach it, some of you had Kiera as an instructor. Her class is live as well, probably more live than mine. We got to take a poll on that. But it's money to be made if you are serious about making it. You don't want to put out a whole lot of time and effort. You want to just try a few things and see what you like. This is definitely the way to do it. Like I said, the Heart Saver CPR course, just the course by itself, is $500. So if you chose to do that for $500, and then you rent equipment from us, you can find 4 people, right? Your family, your co-workers, you can find 4 people to teach, and you get your investment right back. It's not one of those things where you invest a whole lot of money up front. It takes 6 months to put it together, and then you might finally make $100. This ain't that. The return is almost immediate. But again, we don't want you just doing 4 people. We want you to have 4 contracts this week. We want you to have so many contracts that you had to, hire your neighbor to help you do some classes, to process your invoices. It's supposed to be helping you learn the business and grow the business. Right? So that was my mistake when I reached out to those other people. Some of them been doing CPR 10 years. They still instructors. They're not even where I'm at, right? Not processing their own cards, not training other instructors. And that's fine. If that's what you want to do and that's what you enjoy doing, do that. Because people could say the same thing about me. I've been teaching CNA for almost 13 years. To some people, that's crazy. Like, why are you still teaching CNA? You should be teaching LPN or teaching RN by now. I love doing it. It's easy. It don't feel like work to me. If I had money, I'd do it for free. That's how much I enjoy it. I love seeing the new people come in, eyes wide open and think they about to save the world. I love that look. It's hard to recapture that because once they get to work, the eyes ain't that bright no more. And I like, the hell. So I like that approach. It take a special person to be a CNA. Shit ain't for everybody. All right. I only made it. I think I worked 2 years full time as a CNA. Then the third year I went part time. Then I went to nursing school. But it's so to get the scoop on the full program, the full 3-tier program that I'm building. It's going to be on our YouTube channel. You got to stay tuned, and going to figure out the time and the date that I'm going to present it to you guys. I wanted to make sense when I lay it all out, because it's not going to be for everybody. It's definitely going to be a systematic approach to it, where we want to make sure we're not setting you up for failure. Because if you show up with $5,000, great. I could definitely use $5,000, but you don't want to put no work in, or you don't want to be on camera, you don't want to go out and get business, then you wasting $5,000. Now you out in the community talking crazy about me. I gave Will $5,000. I ain't made shit. You ain't tell a part of the story where you didn't do nothing I told you to do. You didn't reach out to this person, that person. I referred you clients, and you didn't service them. So we're definitely going to have an interview or two and see if you're right for the program that I'm offering. It ain't for everybody. Some people, there's other ways to make money. I'm showing you the way that I made it and how I've helped. I don't even know how many. I've certified a crazy amount of instructors. Some of them are, still part of the extended family. Some of them spread their wings and went off and did their own thing. Which is great. But you have the opportunity to build something special. All right? I know I said I wasn't doing transfers, but if you know a CPR instructor, ask them simple questions. When you do a class, and you submit your roster, how long do it take for them to get you your cards? How much are your cards? I'm gonna give my instructors the whatever I pay for the card. If I pay $2 for the card, we're gonna give you access to the same price that I have, but with like $1 or $2 like service fee, just to cover the payroll for the dedicated person, right? If you want your cards processed the same day, you want us to answer the phone every time you call, you want your email responded to every time you type one, we got to have a dedicated person for that. So if we charge you $1 or $2 processing service fee for your cards, that's, you're still winning. I'm aligned with a training center out in Augusta, and they told me straight up, $25 for BLS and $28 for a heart saver. I'm like, well, damn, am I teaching the class or y'all teaching the class? So if some training centers, some training sites out there making money off their instructors, we don't believe in that. Okay, we want you to make an impact on the community who you're serving, and definitely keep as much money as you can in your pocket so you can take care of your family. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. Like I said, sometimes they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So people stuck in their ways and satisfied with what they got going on right now, super fine. I offered. That's all I can say. I don't feel no kind of way. I was just talking to the wrong audience. So that's something I learned, all my years in business. Everybody ain't your client. All money ain't good money. Y'all heard it before. Um, but it don't have to be like that. We just trying to help the people, help the community. Um, you're gonna learn so much in this program. You definitely gonna hit the ground with some momentum. I had what they say. I literally got it out the mud. I was driving all over Georgia, Flowery Branch, Douglasville. I damn near was in South Carolina. I was charging $50 a person. I wasn't charging extra for um, mileage, gas, convenience. I didn't have a contract. I didn't think when I first started, I didn't even have no website, no way for the people to leave me a review or nothing. I had the roster. I didn't have like an email system where I can put all their names in and, keep in contact with them just to make sure that we're renewing. I was literally finding new customers every year. And that ain't sustainable. Like the amount of clients that I've serviced, if I just renew 25% of them, I'm doing it now, obviously, but along my journey, if I was just retaining 25% of them as renewals, I wouldn't even have time to bring on new clients. So these are some of the gems you're gonna get when you join this program. All right. And I figured out some new stuff yesterday as I was planning, back in my head. Like that's another whole untapped market. And let me add, it's not just for Georgia. I can certify. American Heart Association is all over the world. So if you in Buffalo, Washington, you in Cleveland, you in Detroit, you over on the West Coast, in California, Texas, you can holler at me. We can get you certified. We can get you up and running. Typically in one day, we can get you started. Nothing but a conversation. So, man, I appreciate y'all for sticking with me through my spiel. I had these bullet points. I ain't even use them. I know I forgot some stuff, but like I said, just the whole presentation going to be on the YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, subscribe to One Breath CNA. Man, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good one.